This was a bit of a frustrating one to film, a bit of a frustrating range session, TrackMan session. I wasn't in the best of moods when I went in, didn't warm up particularly well, and subsequently hit a bunch of balls off the hosel. But I got through it, and just want to kind of show you what I'm working on and what it is that I think is going to take me to the next level. So I've said before in other videos, if you've seen those, that face angle really is the thing that I need to work on. My path is fairly consistent. My angle of attack is fairly consistent. All these things are kind of in an acceptable ballpark. But my face angle, face to path, can just be completely random. I can hit, on some days I can hit like 4 degrees shut, 4 degrees open. I'm pretty sure there's some level of reaction, subconscious reaction to a shot that goes left, and then I'll hit some right and that sort of thing, which I'm sure everyone else gets. So in this session, I did just one box up to start with, just the face to path angle. It's like just taking out ball flight, taking out any other distractions, just what is it that I can do to influence that number, and then hopefully, when you start looking at the other things, you haven't done something untoward like change your path or make your path erratic to make the face to path work. I think that even if your path is somewhat variable, if your face to path angle is within like 1 or 2 degrees either side of zero, and your path is kind of neutral, then you'll end up with a reasonably tight dispersion. The AI feature on TrackMan, Tracy, had that running. I knew what the result was going to be. It was going to tell me that my face angle was awful, and it did. It told me it was like, I'm a 35 handicapper or whatever. Trajectory told me I was, exactly where you'd expect for someone who hits the ball pretty well and pretty consistently, other than direction. Focused on that. If I can get my face angle to even half as good or half as consistent as everything else that I do, then I'll have a much better time on the golf course. And hitting greens is really, the thing that kind of separates us. To start with, I guess it's like the one thing that correlates most to your score. So if you can be neutral, aim at the middle of the green, a little bit left, a little bit right, you should still be on the putting surface and give yourself, 2 putts for the par. I think that these sorts of things, working out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are really important. And there's schools of thought that say you should focus on your strengths, get them really good. People that spend too much time on their weaknesses end up just kind of mediocre, like fill in the troughs and nothing really excels. I think to some extent that's got to be true. I also think that if you're having an absolute disaster in one particular area of your game, it's hard to recover from. So I think if your bad days are mediocre, not disastrous, that to me feels like a really good aim. Like if I can drive the ball in play, if I can get around the greens, and if I can 2-putt most of the time, that feels like, you could get round in a reasonable score. But on the days where I'm not on with a driver, could be a lost ball, double bogey instantly. Days where you're, putting badly, you can't deal with the speed of the greens or whatever, and you're free putting. It's hard to cope. So acceptably bad on your bad days, I think, is the aim. What's your weaknesses? What is it that you're working on? Are you a high handicapper that's, got the same thing, your start line's all over the place? Are you a scratch golfer that got through a particular thing. Did you struggle with face angle? What is it you worked on? How did you get there? Love reading comments, reply to all of them. The sense of community is a great thing about golf. Even at the pro levels, they're all helping each other out. So please comment, like, subscribe if you want more stuff like this in the future, and I'll see you next time.